Hello and welcome back. Thank you for joining me here. What we're doing today is we're going to take a look at Chapter 29, Section 2, the first six paragraphs. To be exact, you're always invited to follow along here as we go through. It doesn't matter where you are, if you're doing the workbook or going through the text or the manual for teachers or one of the supplements, one of the two supplements to A Course in Miracles, wherever you appear to find yourself. You're always invited to follow along. Chapter 29, Section 2 is entitled The Coming of the Guest, and capital G on guest, by the way, and not merely in title case where one capitalizes the G of guest. In the middle of a sentence, too. So, who's the guest that has come at our express invitation, having always been there in the first place as part of our mind, this part that we're invited and able to appeal to any time we want. The Holy Spirit has entered at your invitation. And here's something that's very powerful. He doesn't need a giant welcome party and a red carpet rolled out with a gala premiere and a tuxedo and cocktail dress parade. If that's the welcome you've given him, great. All he really requires is even a fraction of a second. So this is powerful because you may find yourself stressed out for any number of reasons, right? You may find yourself in a chaotic whirlwind, and perhaps you're living in unstable times and unstable circumstances. There could be any number of things going on in your life, and you may very well feel in this frantic, chaotic whirlwind that all you've got's a fraction of a second. That's enough. It's all the Holy Spirit needs. So if you're so busy or stressed out or chaotic today that all you can offer him is a fraction of a second where you invite him in, invite it in, right? And think of nothing else. That's enough. More than enough. The guest has arrived and all of his gifts have been given. You've received them, whether you know it or not. Giving and receiving are simultaneous. They're one and the same. To give and to receive are one in truth, one of the most prominent and talked about because it's most misunderstood. It's certainly misunderstood. Ideas from A Course in Miracles. To give and to receive are one in truth, therefore they're instantaneous. The Holy Spirit has given, you've received. Why does it not feel like it? Perhaps you've not yet accepted those gifts. When you forgive your brother, whether they're aware of it or not, their behavior may rage on, unabated. You've given the gift of forgiveness, they have received it, yet they may not have accepted it. And there may be, in time, a long delay. And if there is, so be it. Doesn't make your forgiveness of somebody any less effective. And that's true whether it's a world leader with lots of temporal and political power, or whether it's your ex, or whether it's your dog or cat, or anyone else. It doesn't make your forgiveness any less powerful because you cannot see an immediate effect. The effect is in our mind. It's there. The other person may not accept that you've forgiven him or her, and maybe they won't do it in their current lifetime. You'll get the benefit of this right now. in our mind, in your own, what appears to be your own mind. It's not your own. There's only one mind, which leads to a very interesting thought, doesn't it? Can you imagine what would happen if more of us forgave? If there were more people choosing right now in the present moment to actually do it, what would Whopping Spinning Ball of Rock look like then? It's very powerful. And of course, most people aren't practitioners of A Course in Miracles. I mean, people think all kinds of things about it. Well, that, I mean, don't they? Right? I mean, maybe perhaps you were one of them at one point in time. Now you're curious about it, or you're a student of it, but you weren't always, right? So there are a lot of misconceptions. People think all kinds of things about this, and there are plenty of people out there, perhaps you're among them, that venture into this material and then they actively and eagerly delve into it, curious about it, and find, whoa, what? What is this actually saying? Right? And to put it down, only to possibly return to the material years or decades later. Perhaps that informs your experience. Who knows? Right? It's sure possible. You've invited the Holy Spirit. You have. I mean, whether you actually said those words in your mind or not, you're on the spiritual path and you're here. You've been directed right here to this channel, which happens to be about this weird thing known as A Course in Miracles. No accident that. There are no accidents in salvation. There is no such thing as a coincidence. And well, I mean, this course is far from the only spiritual tradition to posit that statement. Huh. Far from it. It's something that's commonly said. There's no coincidence. We tell ourselves that, sure, oh yeah, that just happened to coincide. Oh, really? Okay. No accidents. You're here. There's a message for you from the Holy Spirit. You've invited him, it, into your mind. His gifts have been given to you and received by you. Will you accept them? And you might think, how do I know I've been given these gifts? Well, give them away. Forgive. Extend love. You've been given love. Extend it. Share, 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 share. This is how we keep things in our mind. You keep something in your mind by giving it. You don't hoard it as a prized possession that you lock in a safety deposit box or hide away from prying eyes, never to see again, and it won't see the light of day. And that's not how you keep something. You keep it, and your belief in it, your faith in it, strengthens. The idea itself strengthens by your giving it away. How do you know you've received the gifts of the Holy Spirit? Give them to your brother. You'll keep them in your mind. Your brother will return that love, and you'll know. Or if you're forgiving somebody that you don't know, that maybe in a wild state of mind, to put it mildly, and their behavior may continue unabated. Say somebody on the other side of the world or a political figure that's doing what they're going to do, because that's what they're going to do, and you forgive them in your own mind, what's going to happen is it's one mind. So, yeah, there's a massive ripple effect in there. But what you're going to notice first is your own peace of mind. All the stuff that disturbs you isn't going to affect you the same way. Not to say that disturbances and moments of rage, guilt, blame, disdain, and stuff aren't going to come up. They are. But you'll be able to recognize them as opportunities for forgiveness. And you'll discover over time, practicing this course, and it's very powerful when you get this, and many of you have gotten this already. Things that used to bother you when you started out, you may encounter the exact same thing. You may see a business or a political figure doing or saying the exact same thing as they did years ago. It used to really impact you and affect you, maybe throw you into a fit of sorrow or abject rage years ago. You've let the Holy Spirit go to work in your mind. And lo and behold, time elapses. However much time doesn't make any difference. Could be a week or several decades. All of a sudden, you see and hear the same thing years later after having practiced this course, and you recognize, oh, whoa, that's powerful. I'm not impacted the same way at all. Something that used to trouble me greatly is that's huge. If you've experienced that, you know exactly what I mean. The Holy Spirit responds to our slightest invitation. So the more you can remember to invite Him, invite Jesus, give Him everything, give Him your relationship, give Him your work, give Him your meeting, give Him your business meeting, give Him a phone call, give Him a walk with the dog, your sleep, your day, your entire experience. Give it over to Him. Invite Him. You receive His gifts instantly. Accept them. And if you're skeptical that you've received them, give them away, and you'll know you have. From people's reactions, from the way you show up in the world, from the way other people relate to you, or if they still say the same stuff to you that they said before, what is your mindset like? We're forgiving the content of our own mind here. And as we do it, our own mind becomes peaceful, more patient, and more loving. There are many ways that we can see that this is working. And this is important. This message is extremely important to all of us at all times, because as we know, there are days where it doesn't feel like this is working at all. I mean, if you're experiencing that right now, there's absolutely nothing wrong with you. Not even, not even. We all experience this. Days where it just seems like, oh man, this is a lot. I can relate. We can all relate to that. So it's in these moments that we see the importance of doing exactly what you're doing right now and taking time out of your busy day or your busy evening, your busy life to pay attention to the message of the Holy Spirit. The more exposure we get to these ideas, the more inspired we'll be to practice them, the more likely we are to practice them. And when we do that, the more we learn from our own experience, which is the most powerful thing. It's one thing to watch a video. What I invite you to do is do it. Do it. Put these ideas into practice. You know that spirituality is all about experience anyway. It is. Of course it is. And this is a self-study curriculum, so welcome. Yeah. If you have not joined us yet, you're invited to do that. The subscription button's here in the corner of your screen. Just click that arrow there, and you'll be invited to join us. And I welcome questions as we go through a text of A Course in Miracles. I'm certainly more than welcome to, I'm more than welcome. Of course, I'm more than welcome. You're more than welcome to ask questions. I'm more than willing, let's say, to stop and pause this procession because the text is still going to be there, isn't it? It's going to be there when we get back. But what's very important to me as a guide for you is what's coming up for you live. So if it's a question about A Course in Miracles or spirituality in general, you're more than welcome to ask it here in the comment thread, and I will see that because a number of videos appear here on the channel every week. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me. And incidentally, in case you're looking at different backgrounds, if you saw some of the more recent videos over the past few years, my wife and I are in the process of moving from Arizona to New Mexico. And there will be some different backgrounds at play here until I get my office set up in a new location. So, yeah, that's what happens here in the world, right? Lots of change. So, no matter what's going on in your life, the lesson is the same for all of us. We could choose to allow the Holy Spirit to guide us. And I hope that you do. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me. Talk to you soon.